Bristol is relaxed, pretty laid back.
People get on, you know.
There's more hippies than hipsters.
It's got quite a small town feel to it.
It feels like it's got everything that London has, but it's smaller.
The biggest village in the world, really.
Musically great city.
It's a beautiful place.
Incredibly, it happened. In an English street, a bank was burnt out by rioters. The riot propelled St Paul's, Bristol into the headlines. Tonight, from St Paul's, TVI looks at how such excesses can be avoided in the future. Good evening from St Paul's, Bristol. Of all the headlines that followed last week's rioting, this surely is the most important for the future. It must never happen again. And yet, if that hope, that determination are to be translated into lasting peace, we must try to understand what caused the violence last week. Not just the immediate spark, but why that spark could lead to such an angry outburst.
The biggest problem in St Paul's is the youngsters and the police aggression with the coloured youths around.
About 9 o'clock on Thursday, I looked out the window and expected to see just a couple of police officers, a couple of vans to kind of come up and say, look, you know, lads, it's, you know, we're here to kind of get you out of the property. But when I looked out the window, there was 9 riot vans, 50 police, 2 horseback. They blocked the road off at both ends, and there was a helicopter just for 4 people.
And
police aggression?
Yes, police. They have pushed the boys too far. It's always been the police.
You've got to say, at 9 o'clock in the evening on a Thursday, it's the summer and we're in Stokes Croft. It is a very provocative act at the best of times to turn up with 36 police in full riot gear with a helicopter. I mean, most people of course assumed this was an eviction. There's been battles over this property before. The police also know that this is a very mixed community and all sorts of folks here, and part of that community, because it is such a free and open place, is that there are plenty of randoms, some politicised, some not, who are looking for trouble sometimes. And whether, you know, one approves of that or not, the police, if their issue is public order and public safety, should have been taking that into account in the way they conducted their operation, and I don't think that they did. I mean, if this had been a drugs bust, they'd have had just as many officers outside explaining to the public what was going on, and not in riot gear, but in normal uniform.
This afternoon we raided 5 premises in the St Paul's area, home. We will not be there very long, hopefully. If there's no disorder, we will leave fairly quickly. If there is disorder, we shall have to stay there until it's sorted out.
I think, looking from now, a lot of people have talked about the bridges. Let's build some more bridges and perhaps we can get together. The bridges are still there. The only thing we've got to do now is to go across them and build from here. Things are bound to get better. And I think, in fact I know, that in the future, be it not in my lifetime, the problem we have now in every other city in this country will no longer exist.
What is the